What's going on, guys? Dave here with Off Grid. I'm into backpacking, hiking, camping, and gear. If you like those things too, do me a favor and check out that subscribe button below and that bell notification right next to it so that I can send you a video every single time it's released. Sorry, I got a lot of gnats and bugs flying around me today. But today I want to do a first impression of this guy right here. This is the Lanshan Pro 1. And I gotta say, so far I'm really digging the tent. I'm also gonna be doing a seam sealing in the field session today to show you guys how I plan on waterproofing this tent, because it does not come seam sealed and they don't offer a service for it either, so you definitely have to buy a bottle of seam sealer and do it yourself. But let's get over into the different specs on this tent and what my initial run through and first impressions are. Okay, it's probably better for me to just kind of like get up and do a walk around for you guys. I'm here on the Channel Islands for just an overnighter, and this is the first time I'm going to be using this tent. I've seen a lot of different reviews on it so far, and haven't slept in it. It'll be the first night I'm sleeping in it, but so far I'm really digging it. I actually got this in a different color. You have to get it from 3FUL Gear's either their main website, through AliExpress, or through Amazon. You can find these. In the way that I've got it pitched here, I've got everything kind of pitched out. I've used every single one of the stakes. I've got all of the guy lines hooked up to it so that I can bump out the back portion here, the tail end, the front end, or the foot end, and the head end. And it's just a quick 360 view all the way around. I'm also using their stakes here. They're pretty cheap. I used a rock to kind of like smash it in. I'm not sure if you can see that there. And I don't see them lasting too long. I'm probably going to end up swapping those out for either MSR groundhogs or the Easton Carbon Nano stakes. But this is also my first pitch on it as well. I think I did an okay job for the first pitch. Let me show you the inside of it now, and I'm gonna do a quick view because I don't want to get too many of the bugs in this tent here. But it is pretty spacious, guys, I gotta say. By the wall here on the far end, it has a little bit of a pull out, and that's where I kind of staked it out. So hopefully that'll give me a little bit more space on the interior, being that it is a one-person tent, and it is a non-freestanding tent. So I got my trekking pole right here, kind of propping it up, and that's it for the interior view. You can probably see the vestibule space right here is pretty ample. It's only one door, but it goes out a pretty long way, so it definitely will give you a lot of coverage for your gear at night. And now I'll throw the interior dimensions up on screen for you guys. I don't know offhand. It's actually pretty spacious. It's pretty wide. If you're over 6 foot, you might have a little bit of a problem, you know, with a loftier pad, a thicker pad, and running out of space, you know, on your head end or your foot end. But for me, I'm like 5'8", so I'm not going to really have a problem with that. Another thing to note with non-freestanding tents is that the length of it may appear a little bit deceiving. You have to look at the slope of the tent here, and the fact that it uses just one trekking pole at the center of it. They have to make it a little bit longer, and then it's going to have a steeper slope kind of on, let's see if I can do it here, on like the head and tail end of it. So that's going to be a little bit misleading, so you have to really know what you're looking at when it comes to the overall lengths and then the widths, especially when you have an air pad with it, so that you can have enough clearance, like I said, for your head end and your foot end. So let me show you real quick the seam sealer that I plan on using. This is just by Gear Aid, and I got it, I'm not affiliated or sponsored with this company, but I got it because it has its own like brush head, like right here in the nozzle. Some of the other ones have like a separate brush. Doesn't really matter either way. I think I got this for about, I don't know, something like $6 or $7. I'll post a link down below. It's an Amazon affiliate link, which means I'll get a little bit of a kickback if you end up buying from it, and it helps out the channel. But let's bust this out and do some quick seam sealing. Okay, so this sounds pretty easy. Directions just say to shake it up, and then you pop this top right here. I took the seal out from underneath, and that was another thing to note too, was that the seal is a little bit broken underneath. but luckily it was screwed down tight and it didn't leak all into my bag and everything. So I guess that's a testament to their overall product, the good and the bad. But that's pretty much it. Just shake it up. I'm popping the top here, and then let's just apply it to all of the seams here. So basically it's like anywhere where you see like sewn seams. So I'm gonna go down probably like this section up here, and then definitely these guy out points right here all around the stitching. And then depending on how much I have left, I'll just do like pretty much everything. I'll just go down like every line that there is. But let me hit the major points first. You can see it's got some whitish kind of material. Hopefully it dries to a different color. I got the top in. Now let's get on over into the guy out section here. It is a little bit more liquidy. I was expecting it to be a little bit more like glue, but it is running a little bit more than I would have liked. Just a heads up on that. I'm not sure if that's just this particular brand or if that's all of them, but this one seems to be running a decent amount. I don't know if I'm just using too much too. I'm just trying to apply a good coat. It's the first time I've ever done one of these, so hopefully I do a good job. But particularly around these, these latch points here, I've heard that some water damage could get up in there, so you want to make sure that you're getting all underneath it as well as on top to get a good seal all the way around. And the last one here in the back. And I'm gonna have plenty left over, it seems like here. Not sure if I'm gonna need to do like a second coat on this one. I think I'm getting decent coverage on this guy here. It's supposed to be clean. It looks a little bit dirty right now, the tent, after I've kind of set it up, but hopefully it'll work out. And now that I've got all of the guy out points, I'm just going to go down all the way down the sides here. And like I said, hopefully this will, I don't even have you guys in the frame here. Hopefully this will dry because it's running a decent amount. Not even sure if this is one that I would need to do, but I'm just trying to cover all my bases here. Really want to get this as watertight as possible. And get this ridge right up here too. See the seam on there. And then I want to also get kind of right down Main Street here, right on the door. You don't really need to go too far underneath here because it's already protected by this top lip here. Oh, look who popped up to say hello. One of the island foxes. That's pretty much going to do it. A lot of drips around, but the applicator was pretty easy. And I think I pretty much got all of the entry points. What I didn't hit was this down here. I might end up hitting it, but I gotta see inside if it's actually needed or not, because it's kind of already outside of the bathtub. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna hit it real quick. Okay, all said. I'd say that was pretty easy. I really like the brush tip applicator here. Instead of like trying to have to like squeeze it on with one hand and try to use a brush with the other hand, I'd say I have maybe a third to about a quarter of the bottle left, so you can't really do more than one tent with it. But for the money, particularly for the fact that this tent is also a budget-friendly tent, it came in, I think, with shipping directly to my door for like 168 bucks. So yeah, add like $7 on top of that, get to 175, and you've got a really great budget-friendly tent. Okay, so another thing that I really like so far is or I should say are the line locks here. So they've got line locks at the bottom here. They came with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 on the back side. 4 of the yellow line locks. They're not color coordinated, but I think they're all the same size. But I really enjoy them. It makes it really easy to kind of like adjust the size to what you need to. A pro tip here too is you see like right underneath here it has like a little knot on it. A lot of people end up taking that knot out. Don't take the knot out and just leave it, because that'll tell you basically where you're going to end up putting your stakes. It has this little black clip right here to hold down both portions of the door. I've got just one off right now. And then one thing about the zipper here, the zippers are not the best. There's one on the inside and there's one on the outside here. It's got 2 Velcro pieces, one like right here and right here for the door, about halfway up, and then at the bottom, so it definitely keeps it closed. It's a smaller zipper, but I haven't had any problems with it yet. Still seems to be pretty smooth. It's got a couple of tie outs for the doors on either side, so you can open this up pretty wide, but just on the one side. You can't do it on the other side. And again, this is just a pro tip for the head and foot end. They don't have like additional like stakes or poles that you can use, but a pro tip for staking that out would be to have a stick that is pretty much the same height, so that you can get the maximum lift off of your head. You don't want to just stake it directly into the ground, because it's not really pulling it off that much and giving you that much interior space. But I really like that they give you enough stakes. I think they gave you like 8 total. The only one that I was looking for when I started out was an extra one for this guy right here off of the back end. I think they want you to just tie everything to this one stake here, so it made lifting this portion out off of the side wall just a little bit harder. So that's it. That's going to do it for my quick and dirty run through of the Lanshan Pro 1 tent, as well as seam sealing it. Let me know if you guys have this tent down in the comments below, what your thoughts are on this tent. Have you considered picking up this tent? And if you've had it for a while, let me know how it's working for you, and how it kind of stands the durability test over time. I want to hear all about it. But thanks again so much for watching this week, guys. Really appreciate you. Remember, if you headed off grid, make sure you do your research and you make it a safe one. I'll see you on the next one.